I'm Lo and I'm obsessed with vintage fashion, and this is my first video that I'm making on this channel. I've wanted to join the YouTube game of making videos about vintage style for a while now. I was always a little afraid that the market might be oversaturated with white women with dyed red hair who talk about vintage style, but I hope that I can provide some kind of new perspective that might not be out there yet. So this first video that I'm doing is just going to be a showcase of all of my favorite tops. So that's like blouses, sweaters, sweatshirts, and cardigans. And I'll be grouping each of those individually, so they'll have like their own grouping. Also, feel like mentioning, since none of you know me yet, I am mostly drawn to the 1950s, as well as the 40s. And then I do also draw a lot of inspiration from like the 70s and late 60s, not in that I wear pieces that are the shape of like fashion trends that they wore in the 60s or 70s, but more just like patterns, like florals, those funky hippie florals, and some colors and some other things that are just nice. So first up in my list of favorite blouses is actually this one that I'm wearing right now. I love this top so much. It is very 40s with the little flouncy kind of butterfly-esque cap sleeves here. It has a little tie neck and it has some Swiss dotting on the fabric and some nice little button details. I love it. It's a really great staple piece. I've had this since 2019. I bought it at H&M for I think like $12, like not very much. So it is a modern piece, but it just has a great 40s look to it that goes so well with so many things. The next blouse that is one of my favorites is this blue gingham top. I bought it off of Depop for $10, but it was originally by the brand Very J, which I haven't really heard of before, but that's what the tag says. I do believe it's modern, but the puff sleeves and the gingham, the blue gingham specifically, are so vintage. This top totally reminds me of like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. I also really like the ruching on the torso part. The sleeves are just normal puff sleeves, but the torso middle part is ruched and it has a nice like hold. And the last blouse that I'll be talking about is this green pussy bow blouse. It is true vintage from the 1980s by the brand Studio Collections, and I again got it off of Depop for $21. I love this blouse so much. It is so silky and so divine. I feel like Joan from Mad Men when I wear it. It's very mature, very like vintage secretary vibes, and kind of reminds me of the 60s a bit. We're moving into sweatshirts and sweaters now. I've grouped them together just because I tend to wear them the same way and that I style them with like a skirt and like a collar underneath. That is pretty much how I wear all of my sweaters and sweatshirts. It just works. So the first one is this Hawkins Middle School AV Club sweatshirt. I'm pretty sure I got it off of Etsy in the summer of 2019 after season 3 of Stranger Things came out. I love Stranger Things, and I know that pretty much everybody does. I really love like low-key merch. I find that a lot of like fandom merch or TV show merch is very 12-year-old on Tumblr circa 2014, and I'm not ever really looking to revisit my super hulock phase, so I really like things that are low-key and that I can style with my actual like vintage attire. The next sweatshirt is very similar, just in a different color and different fandom. It says Avatar State across it. Obviously a reference to Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is my girlfriend's favorite show of all time. And surprisingly, I did not grow up watching Avatar. Sound off in the comments below. I didn't watch it growing Avatar. I wasn't really allowed to watch Nickelodeon, so I didn't watch it until I was in college. It is the greatest show of all time. This again is very much like a university classic, like varsity sweater, especially the pun. I love the pun, Avatar State. I just love it so much, and it passes so well as like vintagey at first glance. The last sweatshirt that I love is true vintage from the 1990s. I got it from Depop for $45, and it's the little like duck illustrations by John Barron. It is not the most vintagey. Like, you look at this and you know that it doesn't look 50s or 40s or 60s. I don't care. I still wear it with a collar underneath and a skirt to try and get that vintage sweater look, but it just fills my heart with so much glee. And it just gives me a giggle every single time that I look at it, so I think that's the most important thing. It does spark joy. Moving into sweaters, this sweater is a brown deer pattern sweater, and it is true vintage from the 1970s. I got it from Depop for $5. $5. I got it from Depop for $5, and I think shipping was like $3 or something. And it is in perfect condition. Like, there's like nothing wrong with it, and it is also incredibly soft, incredibly cozy. Probably the best deal that I've ever gotten on Depop. This next sweater is modern. I think they still sell it at like Target, but I got it off of Poshmark for $20, and it's this Coca-Cola Christmas sweater. I think that Coke, like the brand, evokes kind of like vintage 50s energy. Despite my anti-capitalist nature, I do love the aesthetic of the Coca-Cola brand, and I don't know why, but I love the sweater and it's so cute, and I'm so excited to wear it around Christmas time. The last sweater is probably my favorite thing in general that I own. Like favorite of anything that I've ever had. It's this vintage Snoopy sweater, and it's true vintage from the 1990s. To me it looks very 60s, 70s-ish, with the color palette and the floral design in it, so I think it's very easy to style vintage. My girlfriend got it for me as a gift. She got it off of Depop for $25. I think I also saw another one that is in the same size, also great condition, for $40 with free shipping. Now we're going to move into cardigans. These are cardigans that both I tend to button up and wear as like a sweater with a collar underneath, or just a cardigan that I throw on top of something else to be like warm and cozy. Whenever I throw a cardigan on top of an outfit, which you'll see in a minute, it doesn't look very 50s-ish, but it's very comfortable and very warm and very practical. So this first cardigan is one that I would button up and wear with a collar underneath. It is by the brand Debbie Morgan. I'm not sure if it's vintage or not. It looks like it could be. It also looks like it could be modern. I'm not sure. I bought it off of Depop originally for $7, and then I got another one for, I think it was like $20. Fun story there. I bought the $7 one in a smaller size than what actually fits me. When I bought it like a year ago, I could kind of squeeze into it, and now no, absolutely not. So I got a new one. It's like the exact same sweater, just in a size that actually fits me, and I love it. It is incredibly soft. I love pastel pink, and the pearl buttons. They're not real pearls, they are fake pearls, but they are just so dainty and so beautiful. I love them. The next cardigan is one of the ones that I would throw over an outfit just to be cozy. I call it my chicken farm sweater. It has really pretty like patchwork work in it. It's true vintage from the year 2000 by the brand Heirloom Collectibles. I got it as a birthday present from one of my friends, so I'm not sure how much he bought it for. I think I've seen similar ones go for anywhere from like $20 to like $60. It really just depends on the seller and how much they want to jack up the price. It's super autumnal and just absolutely incredible. I wore it like every single day last autumn. The next one is very similar in style, and it's also very autumnal. It is also true vintage, though I'm not sure what year. I would guess late 90s to very early 2000s. It is by the brand Alexandra Bartlett for the Eagle's Eye, which I believe made knit cardigans like this from the 90s to the 2000s. When I was searching for something like this, I saw a few on Depop that were going for like $60 to $90, which is This one that I bought has a few damages, and because of that it was being sold for only $19, which I, honest to God, don't even care about the damages. Like, they're very glaring and evident. It's missing a couple buttons, so other ones have been sewed on in place, and there's a few holes in the front. On the back where it says Farm Fresh Apples, it looks like it says Farm Fresh Apples. But I don't care. I so totally do not care. It is precious. It is so cute. There's like this the little cat, the little like farmer cat is so precious. I 100% plan on wearing it to a pumpkin patch this autumn, so very excited for that. And then the last cardigan that I'll be talking about is also a similar style. It is true vintage from 1999 by the brand Tiara International. It's this, oh my god, perfect, adorable, amazing, fantastic, like patchwork style Valentine's heart themed sweater. I'm definitely wearing it on Valentine's Day next year, but also any other time, because if listening to Electra Heart religiously at the age of 12 taught me anything, it's that the aesthetic of Valentine's Day is not exclusive to February. My girlfriend got it for me as a present, so I'm not sure how much it was, but it's probably similar to the other sweaters. Anyways, I love all of these sweaters so much, and if you don't have one, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So these were my favorite tops, my favorite blouses, sweaters, sweatshirts, and cardigans. I plan on doing more videos like this in the future, favorite like dresses and skirts and accessories and stuff. As well as I plan on at some point doing a video showcasing all of my true vintage items that I have, split into each decade. So excited for when I'm able to do that. If there's another kind of video that you would enjoy seeing me do, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe. I am slowly trying to build up a YouTube platform, and I think that it would be really fun to put more vintage retro style content out there. Hopefully more coming soon. I would like to figure out some kind of upload schedule. I'm thinking maybe every Wednesday might work, but we'll see what happens. So much love to everybody watching this, and thank you so much. Bye.